Meanwhile, there's this. New York City appealing a judge's decision to pause its controversial pied-à-terre tax, which targets high-value second homes in the city. But the policy already pushing New Yorkers out. The U.S. Census Bureau finding over 419,000 New Yorkers moved to another state just in 2024. Many are heading to surrounding states. Greenwich, Connecticut just recorded a $12 million luxury condo sale. New Yorkers making up about a quarter of buyers at one new development. New York gubernatorial candidate Bruce Blakeman was on this program yesterday. He told me about his plans for the Empire State. Watch this.
We've got to get back to common sense and good judgment and economic principles that will grow our economy rather than contract our economy. So I will be very forceful in making sure that we roll back things like the pied-à-terre tax. Think about this. Every other state in America is trying to lure high net worth individuals into their state. We are basically asking them to leave. Rich people can go wherever they want. And who gets stuck holding the bag? The middle class. In the last 4 years, we've lost $11 billion in tax revenue from people and businesses who have left our state, and they've taken thousands and thousands of jobs with them. We have to end those policies that are killing our economy, and it's not just a tax on rich people, it ends up being a tax on the middle class.
Joining me now, the Peebles Corporation founder, chairman, and CEO, Don Peebles. It's great to have you this morning. I want to get your reaction to that because we've seen New Yorkers leave in droves already. And this pied-à-terre tax is pushing others over the edge. Realtors are saying they want to either sell second homes. Some of them who incorrectly got the notices don't feel good about that. They want to leave. And so you create a situation where the city is saying, the mayor is saying he's going to generate more revenue with this, and yet you probably won't. You're going to end up hurting everybody who's left.
Yeah, look, New York City lost another 120,000 residents on a net basis in 2025, and they're all coming to Florida.
Yeah.
By and large, 90% are going down to Florida, my home state, because we're business friendly. We are focused on expanding our economy, and we want people to come there and spend their money, and we want businesses to come there and hire people. And so I think the challenge you have in New York City is it's become more anti-business. It's trying to regulate its way out of a crisis, in fact, a long-term crisis. By the way, I saw a statistic the other day. We were talking about it over dinner. Do you know how long it took to build the Empire State Building? 13 months. 13 months to build the Empire State Building. It took 8.5 years to build One World Trade Center after a terrorist attack, and we were focusing on turning it around. So that's an example of what this intense level of expanding regulatory environments that these liberals have put on us for many decades now, and it's made us uncompetitive.
Yeah,
it made New York City, it's so difficult to do business here. My company's now finished our last building here, and we have nothing on the pipeline for something else in the future for New York, and I think things have to change here.
And you're not the only one. New Yorkers' mass exodus to red states in 2024. Just over 12% of New Yorkers moved to Florida, 6.7% going to Texas. The Lone Star State also getting more business attraction. Morgan Stanley becoming the latest company to choose Dallas for its expansion, set to bring up to 4,800 jobs by 2031. Texas projected to overtake California as the nation's most populous state by 2050. Florida building up a $1.8 trillion economy. The proof is in the pudding. I mean, these numbers don't lie.
No, they don't. But business is efficient. And as the Republican candidate said, people can leave. Rich people are mobile. We can't build a wall around New York City. So people are leaving, and they're going to where it's a better quality of life, better business environment, and also where they're wanted. I think people go where they're wanted. And this idea that these democratic socialists are somehow progressive is absurd. The fact of the matter is they're capitalizing on the frustration that many New Yorkers and Bostonians and others are having frustration about the cost to live in these environments, all created by these artificial restrictions on supply. And now they want to limit where AI facilities can go. I mean, where you can have data centers, and which I believe AI will create a new industrial revolution for entrepreneurs. And we need to let it happen, and we need to support it, and we need to build the infrastructure. And New York has a great opportunity to build an infrastructure that would strongly attract AI. Florida's getting ready to do that. Ron DeSantis has been focusing on that. And you're going to see an environment there where they're going to increase their capacity for power sources so that they can have AI becoming a place where Florida is the most attractive for it.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because New York is also putting the brakes on building data centers. It's a key part of that AI economy. And it's Governor Kathy Hochul that put the one-year pause on new hyperscale data center development. She says she wants to review the impact on energy and water and the electric grid. The moratorium freezing billions of dollars in potential projects. Developers warning restrictions could send investment and jobs to other states. Bruce Blakeman yesterday telling me the state is making it too difficult for businesses to grow. Here he is.
We're sitting on one of the largest natural gas reserves in the world, and we're not extracting that natural gas. It would increase our supply, which would bring down costs. It would create jobs and prosperity. Kathy Hochul is putting a pause on AI and data centers because she says she needs time to figure it out. Well, Kathy, what have you been doing for 4 years? You've been the governor. This is the fastest growing industry in the world, and you haven't figured it out. I have sat down with the developers and local government, and people are concerned about water supply. These data centers will have their own water recirculation systems. They're worried about energy. These data centers will have their own energy generation plants and will not only produce energy for the data centers, but they will lower the cost of utilities in the host communities by giving them free energy. And the third thing is it will create construction jobs and permanent jobs. That's why we are 50 out of 50 states in economic outlook, because we are unfriendly to business. We are not creating jobs. And that's why young people are moving out of our state.
Develop and question at the same time and course correct if you need to. Putting the moratorium just puts the state in a place where it's not moving.
Yeah, you know, though, look, and I don't want to be the defender of the governor, but the reality is that the legislature is so far to the left, they were going to have a much longer moratorium. And so I think she was trying to compromise, wrongly so, by the way. I think she's got to stand up to them and fight them. But the reality is here is what people are missing. The jobs are not going to all be generated by factories anymore. The jobs are going to be intellectual capital and entrepreneurship. And what AI does is AI allows entrepreneurs to compete with larger companies. We look at it in our company. In Florida, we had somewhere about 8 analysts. Now we're down to one. One. And that's because AI programs have helped us become more efficient. Now imagine if I were starting my company, which I started 40 plus years ago, if I had AI, I mean, we'd have been bigger, quicker, because we would have had resources to compete. So if you care about the small business owner, you care about entrepreneurs, you have to embrace AI. And New York is making a huge mistake. And of course, you're going to have construction jobs. But the reality is you have to plan ahead, and you have to take down some of these regulations so that we can increase the power. I think we've got to go back to using nuclear power as well, and we're afraid of it for some reason.
Yeah, if you look at the state of New York and you combine property taxes plus energy costs, New York is number 2, second only to Hawaii, which is a remote island in the Pacific. Right. And if you think about all the history in this state, all the commerce that's been generated here, literally the center of the world, and you've ended up in this spot. Okay, these data centers, if positioned correctly, are a boon to communities in terms of lowering property taxes and lowering energy costs. These are a huge bailout for the state of New York, yet here we are on the other side of it. Okay, I don't know what your thoughts on these things are. I don't know that I necessarily want one in my backyard, but I think that should be left up to the local communities, not to the state.
Absolutely, the local communities can do it. And also, there are remote areas in New York State that need economic development. We've been trying to develop upstate New York forever. We've been trying to expand and go back into other parts of the state and expanding the economy more broadly in rural areas, and have been able to do it. This would be an opportunity to do that, because also what you would do is you'd create AI hubs for new entrepreneurs to be around there as well. Ultimately, the idea is regulatory environments restrict growth. New York City is the most expensive place to live. It's got the lowest quality of life for any of the major cities, and it's telling you this process doesn't work. And again, all you got to do is say it took 13 months to build the Empire State Building, and it took 8.5 years to build One World Trade.
It kind of says it all.
Doesn't it?
Don Peebles, great to have you this morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.